Hello everyone, welcome to the Crypto Potato YouTube channel. Today I am joined here with Anton Kravchenko. He is the CEO of Xena Exchange. How's it going, Anton? How are you?
Yeah, all good, all good. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, super nice meeting you. So let's just jump right into this interview. There are many margin crypto exchanges out there. In your eyes, what makes Xena Exchange unique and special?
We actually looked at many of the exchanges, and the most important one at BitMEX. When we actually initiated the project in 2017, we were just a group of the people coming out from JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, UBS, and Goldman Sachs. We looked at the BitMEX and we actually thought, it's kind of very weird, but, there is only one instrument. Mm-hmm. I mean, in institutional banking or when you're trading something, there is such a variety of instruments. Like you can trade like volatility, you can trade, different swaptions, swaps, interest rates, options, different types of the products like digital options, not digital options, some kind of TARNs, target accrual notes, structured notes, everything. And, crypto exchanges, they were very much around the spot, like exchange one token for the other. And at some point, the margin trading emerged. And people actually see the margin trading as just as kind of an evolution of spot engine, of evolution of trading. But actually, from the point of traders, I worked for JP, for example, from the point of traders, margin trading is just a small part of derivatives that you can introduce. Mm-hmm. And we look at this as we don't want to list the tokens. We are going to introduce the new asset class. Like we are going to introduce you like the ability to trade volatility of the Bitcoin, the ability to trade mining difficulty, and again, it's not very simple because if you think about it, you need to structure it somehow. And, if you just structure it very, very kind of in vanilla way, mm-hmm. Where you basically put on just the trading of the mining difficulty, there will be no market because it grows, right? Mm-hmm. Generally grows. So, but the miners are actually afraid of jumping. Like they're afraid of jumps. They're not afraid of the fact that mining difficulty increases because they incorporate their financial models. Mm-hmm. They're afraid that some unexpected jump in the mining difficulty will occur. On the other side, there are people who are watching closely for the news. They know fundamental background of the miners. They know what produces, what miners produce, more efficient systems, what miners are less efficient, and what new miners are expected on the market.
So let's actually move into the next question, which is about regulations. As we know, regulations are a significant concern among crypto, and especially when dealing with crypto exchanges. How is Xena handling regulation issues?
Our roadmap is the following. So right now we operate the spot engine from the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Just kind of agreed with FCA because we talked to them and they are fine with this. We don't have any kind of special kind of papers for this, but the FCA is just generally is not prohibiting it right now. Okay. And we actually checked it with them. So the second thing is that we are working a lot to get our Mauritius license, and the difference is Mauritius is very much different from Malta, Estonia, etc. Because in Mauritius we are going to get broker-dealer license, which is more difficult and more kind of it gives you more opportunities because it's not a payment system. It's a proper broker-dealer connected with the banks. They've got HSBC over there. They've got major Qatar banks over there working with these licenses. We have already been pre-approved by the financial regulator, so it's just a matter of time and documents. Mm-hmm. It will take maybe 2 months to finalize it, and there is a big possibility. We are now evaluating this, but there is a big possibility we will be able to list security tokens using the broker. Cool. But we are working on it.
Wow.
And then we'll go to FinCEN. So till the year end, we'll get 17 states of US live by licensing FinCEN in the US.
Wow, that's really exciting. I actually want to talk about, go back actually a little bit. You were talking about similarities between Xena and BitMEX. And we know that major exchanges like Binance and BitMEX have insurance trusts that give confidence to their traders. What does Xena think about that? Will we see something of that sort in the future?
It's actually a very good question. First of all, there are differences in Binance Trust and BitMEX Trust. So Binance Trust, as I know, is created out of the commission. So basically, it's their own will to create this trust. And they were hacked, so they utilized the funds from the trust to make repayments. But BitMEX Trust is a little bit different. Frankly speaking, it's not really. We don't find BitMEX Trust to be very reliable because, frankly speaking, what they do, they basically create their trust using margin calls and using liquidations.
Okay.
It's a bit other way around. So basically, if you think about it, the more liquidations you have, the more margin calls you have, the better for your trust. Not kind of very, very good kind of. There is a. So there is kind of conflict of interests, right? So basically, as exchange, BitMEX wants you to default a lot to build that trust. And if there are some troubles, I'm not going to get to this, but frankly speaking, when BitMEX is lagging for 5 or 6 minutes, I know many people who lost their money on liquidations, which were kind of tricky. So that's debatable. We don't want to build such trust. What we do actually do the two things. So first thing, we are making hybrid exchange. So I'm not sure if you know, but we have centralized exchange, and we build it as a traditional exchanges. So traditional exchanges, they have custody outside of the exchange, and we think that's kind of not very good idea to put the custody inside of the exchange. While we are heavily secured, so we have like three international security providers. Our CTO guy is actually our technical officer. Is ex-Kaspersky. He was team lead of the financial institution security group.
Wow.
And part of the project, very small part, minority stakeholder, is actually an owner of one of the biggest information security companies in the world. Wow. Which is one of the 8 companies mandated by Interpol. So we are heavily secured, but from the point of view, we want to build this kind of reserve fund, but we are going to build it, correctly. So we are going to charge some exact amount, for in case in case you kind of lost your traction and you forgot about your positions, and we had to liquidate you. So we are not actually grabbing all the funds you have, like BitMEX. We are just charging you a small liquidation charge, and this charge will go to the fund. On the other side, we are making a decentralized accounts option. So the funds are generally used for the hacks. And while we are heavily secured, we actually built a system already which lets the client have the account outside of the exchange. So you will never ever think about kind of the possibility that your account can be lost because exchange is hacked. Because it's not going to be this way. We built. It took us 6 months of research and development. We built a group of the people. Some people worked in our team. Some people were from Parity, like Ethereum Foundation. And we built a blueprint, which was ready 1 month ago. It took us 6 or 7 months. And now we are working to get the system live. It will take maybe 1 or 2 months at maximum. And the clients will be able to open the accounts. And it is working like a second layer net, like Light. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's working like second layer net on Bitcoin. So basically, you will be able to settle and make settlements in Bitcoin like on BitMEX. But if anything happens with us, if we go down for I don't know what reason, but if we go down, the client will be able to get all the funds back.
That's always amazing to hear. And wow, great. So that actually brings me to my next question, which is sort of looking at the future of Xena. Can you maybe tell us about your future developments, short-term as well as long-term?
Yeah, so you will see volatility trading, mining digital trading. That's what I told you. You will see index trading, like you will be able to trade new products, and we are going to increase them. We have some ideas about fixed income product. It's going to be, I'm not going to talk about very much about it, but we have some idea about like one of the first fixed income products. Uh, we are working on the decentralized accounts option. So in one month, institutional investors will be able to connect with us and keep their money on the accounts while making clearing with the derivatives part using this decentralized system. It will be the system will be working on Bitcoin nodes. So basically, it's kind of similar to Lightning as that.
Mhm.
One of the biggest developments is that we are working hard right now. So we have Tier 4 servers. So we are not in the cloud. Like while the company is registered in the United Kingdom, we are working to get the broker live. Once we get the broker live license, in 2 or 3 months, you will be able to trade Bitcoin to euros. You will be able to trade Ethereum to euros and make all the fiat payments, from the bank's wire accounts.
Wow. With 2019, how do you see that Bitcoin has sort of progressed? Do you think that do you think the bear market is over right now?
I think the bear market was over at 3,300.
Mm-hmm.
I saw these kind of wallets, and I saw it using the neural nets, etc. We use technical things. We saw them buying, right? They waited till everyone jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
Then they bought a lot, and my base case scenario for Bitcoin was like slow growth, like 10-15% a year, slow growth. But these guys, of course, they want to pump it. So they are sitting on the $4 billion of worth of Bitcoins.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy for them to get like, for example, 100, 200 million injections in the market. What they did, so first injection was like from 3,700 to 4,500, and then a little more like to 5,000. Second injection was on the second day of consensus.
Mm-hmm.
And again, using market barometer, for example, we could clearly see that, while the Bitcoin was above 8,000, it actually had some challenges to stay over there.
Mm-hmm.
Using market barometer, we were able to prognose that there will be some correction. Actually, we used our own tools, frankly speaking.
Wow.
That's what we built. So please use them as well. Actually could evaluate. We actually thought that there will be some correction, and that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that these guys are not going to stop. So I feel that the year end will be above 12,000.
Wow.
But there will be corrections. So kind of take care.
Yeah. Well, this has been an extremely enlightening interview. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. The Xena exchange sounds absolutely amazing, and just all the tools and everything. This whole interview has just been super enlightening. So thank you for joining me.
Yes. Thank you very much. We are traders. We build it for traders. We use it ourselves. So please use all that stuff. Thank you very much, guys.